and gentlemen, welcome to the Tea and Crystals podcast. I am T.
And I'm Crystal.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, we are so happy to have you all back with us for another episode of this here podcast. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of good stuff to get into today, and I'm very excited to do so. But before we do, y'all know how I got to start the show. Crystal, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. It's been a good time.
I'm sorry. You are so stupid. You are so.
I know people are so confused right now. They're like, "What are they laughing at?" Yeah, I've been good. Nothing to complain. Nothing to really report that's new. It's been pretty average. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
I hope everybody had a wonderful Valentine's Day.
I know. I hope everyone had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I worked, unfortunately. So I went home and just had dinner for one, and it was lovely. I enjoyed being by myself.
And I'm sure whatever I did was fantastic anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I hope you all got something sweet from your something sweet. I hope y'all had Valentine's this year. And you know what? If y'all didn't, I hope y'all were your own Valentines, that you spent that time to love on yourself.
Honestly.
Because you know what? Self-love and self-care is of the utmost important, whether you are in a relationship or not, baby. Take care of yourself first.
Yes.
Okay?
I think I'm gonna be doing a little bit of that. I think it's time I get I'm thinking about getting some bangs on my hair.
A bang?
Yeah, like
not the bang?
Yeah,
Okay.
doing a little self-care, getting some color, and getting because my bangs grow so quickly. I know, girl problems, but my bangs grow so quickly. Whenever I get them like cut, like just like right here. They grow so fast and then they just blend into my hair. So I'm thinking about getting them shorter than I usually do. I don't know. I'm not going to do like a full on like blunt across, but like some shorter ones and then it coming down longer and stuff like that. I think I might give it a try.
You might get a bang.
I might.
Okay.
So
like
if you
a
see
quinceañera bang. That's what I like to call it, where it's like, and it's longer on the sides, shorter on the top. Yeah, a little quinceañera bang.
Thinking so. So if you see me next episode, no, Dorothy, that's like more across. I'm avoiding that.
But Dora had a little hang time on the side. You know what I'm saying? Let me look up a picture of Dora the Explorer real quick. Dora,
it's more like
the Explorer.
Blunt here and blunt there.
Dora the Explorer. Okay, yeah, she had a harsh bang.
Yeah,
you're right.
She has a harsh bang. This is more.
Yeah,
it's more. Yeah. It's gonna blend a little bit more. There's just, and I want it to be movable. Like I don't want to have to only have it here. Like every once in a while, I want to be able to like shift it, like maybe out of my face or something like that. So I don't know. I gotta talk to a hairdresser, but. Yeah, I hope you guys did get some self-care. I hope, and if you didn't do it for Valentine's Day, I hope you're thinking about it in the future. I am a big advocate of like once a month doing a nice 90-minute deep tissue massage. My back always needs it. Chiropractor work, yes. Or even just, going to the salon or getting your nails done or something like that. Like, big believer in
Or, if y'all have that sneaky link that y'all link up with twice a month or something, get him to be your chiropractor. Get him to
break that back.
Bending you, cracking get him to crack your shit open.
Right.
For his main bitch, she getting all the dinners and the chocolates and the love. The least you can do is get broke off, bitch.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Go holler at your side piece, your little, Well, actually, you're the side piece, so go holler at the other lady's man. And get you a little something for Valentine's Day. That's the least he can do.
I can't with you. Always acting up.
I'm being realistic. Some of these girls is out here in situationships instead of relationships. So,
one of my coworkers.
I'm just trying to be inclusive.
One of my coworkers sometimes mention that. They mention how they were a sneaky leak situationship at one point, but they won't ever elaborate on it. They'll just like every once in a while we'll be talking about something like, oh yeah, I've been through that, because that person, they had another person, but we're not going to talk about it. I'm like, okay.
We know quite a few people
Yeah.
who have had some situationships,
Mhm.
and they're a lot more common than you would think.
Yeah.
At least in the United States. I don't know how the girls do over here. I don't be getting in their business like that. I don't know.
We don't
But at
know.
least in the United States, it's a common occurrence, unfortunately.
It is. All right, we're gonna get into the stories, but hey, in the comments, let us know, how was your Valentine's Day? What did you do?
Yeah.
Give us those deets.
As Doris taught me, did you get any chocolate?
That's not what she was asking. You know what? We're moving on.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna go to my first story. We're gonna start off strong. So this is from Am I the Asshole? And this says, am I the asshole for telling my ex's sterile affair partner to have her own daughter if she wants to share cheerleading with one?
Did I speak this into existence? Because what the hell, Crystal?
I said I'm starting strong. I was like, you know what?
Let's get into it.
Okay. My ex, 44 male, cheated on me, 40 female, and ended our marriage so he could be with his affair partner / wife, Jen, 42 female. This happened several years ago when our kids were very young. My ex gets our kids 6 days a month. He works out of state frequently, so this was the most consistent schedule where our kids would be with a parent, me or ex, instead of being left with a babysitter or his wife. According to my ex and Jen, she is sterile, can never have kids. I never asked, but they offered this up in hopes I would share the kids with her more and encourage them to embrace Jen as their second mom. I have not done this, and I have told them we are not friends, and they are not to expect favors from me after going behind my back and doing what they did. Jen was someone I knew before learning the truth. She was dating someone in my ex's friend circle and made a point to get to know me. I found out why after. She was expecting us being friends would help me not to hate her afterwards. I bring all this up because of what's currently going on. Jen was a big cheerleader in her youth and volunteers with local cheer groups. She wants my daughter, 10, to get involved in cheer. My daughter told me about it the other week because Jen was trying to make her go, and my ex was backing Jen on it. She told me she didn't want to and she needed my help. All the kids are aware of the fact that stuff like that has to be agreed on by both me and their dad. I reached out and told my ex our daughter will not be into cheer against her will and that he needs to stop pressuring her to join. He didn't respond back the way he's supposed to, through an app, so I noted his reply on the app and got a lot of cussing back. Jen tried to call me, but I didn't answer. She approached me a few days later while we were in the same store, and she told me I can't keep punishing her by depriving her of my children. She said she's been in their lives since they were little, and she has every right to bond with them and share stuff with them like that. I told her she does not get to force my kids into stuff like that against their will. I walked away, and she followed me around for a bit and told me how it was her dream to share cheer with a daughter and all the crap that I don't care about. I told her she should have had a daughter of her own if she wants to share it and leave mine alone. She stopped following me after that, and I heard from my ex a few times after saying I was cruel to say that to her when I know she can't have children. Am I the asshole?
I'm going to say off the bat, this whole her talking about I wanted to have, like, I want children to share this shit with, you can adopt somebody, right? Like, you can go and get you a child that is cheer age today. Okay? Them orphanages are full, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Go get you one and throw that little hole on the cheer team. My child said, my child, who spend the majority of their time with me, said that they don't want to do it, so guess what, bitch? They ain't doing it.
Mm-mm.
These children don't even spend a full week. They spend 6 days with you out the month. They only spend a full week with you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even get to see the week elapse before they're in my home again. Don't talk to me about what I'm depriving you of, bitch. And I can't deprive you of it because you've been in their life since they was little. I wonder why you've been in their life since they was little.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why me and they dad ain't together right now. I wonder why I got to send them little bastards up to y'all house for 6 days out the month. I wonder how that happened, Carol. I wonder how that prepping. I wonder why you in the store right now buying groceries to prep for when they come into your house because you know they finna eat everything the fuck up. I'm wondering why I'm having to split my time between my real life and dealing with your funky ass.
Mm-hmm.
Carol. I was supposed to see you once every 2 years at best, bitch. But you stole my man.
Mm-hmm.
And now you want to stake claim on my kids? Girl, you want to have to kill me about that. You want to take me up off this earth to get these children right here. I'm going to be honest with you. Ain't no way you finna approach me in the store, girl, in front of my Cheerios, bitch. In front of my Cheerios? And they're honey nut at that? You're a sick bitch. You're a sick bitch to do that in front of my honey nut Cheerios. Okay? And I'm about to put a coconut size knot in the top of your head, girl. If you keep talking to me crazy like this. I'm not playing with you.
Mm-mm.
You have lost your marbles. Listen, all right. Let me pull back. Now that I got the emotions out,
Okay.
let me pull back to reason. It is fucked up that you said that to that lady. That's fucked up. You know that lady is barren.
Mm-hmm.
She can't have no kids. You know, as soon as her husband in her, it just turns to, it's like Thanos snap. It just turns to dust. You know what that lady's going through. God bless her. You know, not being able to have kids is a often lonely and very tough journey if you aspire to having children. Now, the point remains, girl, if you want to control a child's life, go and have your own. And I say that because there are options. You can go get you a baby in the near future. Go adopt you one. Surrogacy is a thing. Go pick some lady eggs who then donated them. Put your husband's sperm in there, mix them up. Plug them in that surrogate, girl, and go have you a baby. It's going to cost you a coin, but at least you'll have dominion over your child. Because you not finna control this one. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because we low-key depending on you to take care of these children when they over at your house 6 days out the week because my husband can't slow down enough to be with his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And you think, I don't trust him enough with his insurance 6 days out the month. You think I'm finna put you in control of them, bitch? I know what you're capable of. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
You're conniving. You specifically became friends with me because you were hoping that after you took my husband, the transition would be easier. That the betrayal would somehow be less because
That I would
we
be
were
like, ooh,
friends.
You got me, girl. Okay, you have them. Y'all have fun, you crazy kids.
What? No, ma'am. If anything, you proved to me just how manipulative, how diabolical you could be. Like, you had intent and you went for it. Now, I don't know when you found out you couldn't have kids, but if it was before y'all got married and started trying, I'm sure you were already trying before everything was officially out. And then on top of that,
you better make me run around this room. Come on, Pastor.
It makes me wonder if she was able to have kids, if she was successful, because I don't think it's about having kids. I think it's about biologically having kids.
Hey!
So if you had biologically had your kids...
Come on, Pastor.
Then
take your time.
How much effort would you be putting into my kids now?
Hey!
You're only doing this because these are the only kids you can have in your life. Or, I mean, how you think you can have in your life. Like, you can have kids in your life. You can, like you said, go adopt, have surrogacy, any of those options. But you're so intent on trying to get my kids to be your kids, too. After everything you're done, you're lucky that I've allowed you to show, that I've allowed you to create my kid's own opinion of you. because I could have easily let them know the real reason why me and their father aren't together. You know, for all I know, these kids only know that, oh, mommy and daddy didn't work out, but daddy found someone else later and got married. So whatever perception they have of you is based off of you and your interaction and actions alone. I have not influenced that, but that could change, you know? But that's the whole other thing. I digress. Yeah, no, not the
It's
asshole.
the intent. You almost made me run around this room. That word intense,
Yeah.
Crystal. You made it crystal clear. Let me tell you something. You look me in my eyes, ho, with the intent of making friends with me so you can steal my husband. And now you trying to steal my kids. Low key, ma'am. OP. I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't want to get, I don't want to be a witness on the stand. You may need to allegedly think about allegedly getting her before she allegedly gets you. I'm just saying. Because this lady sound crazy as hell.
She does, yeah.
She sound like she puts on makeup in the mirror alone. Those scenes in the movies when it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't get to hurt someone in that regard, betray them in that regard, and do it, like you said, intently do it that, and then think that, oh, well, X amount of time have passed, you should be over it, we should just be one big happy family. We're never going to be a one big happy family. There is your family and there is my family, and then there is a smidge of mine and his family that we're always going to be connected to. But you're not in that picture. You ruin that by having that betrayal. I have no choice. As long as he wants to see these kids, I have no choice but to continue. But with you,
the word is,
I didn't marry you.
Byproduct.
Right.
Ma'am, you are a byproduct of this fucked up situation. Yeah. Because if I didn't have to deal with you, I wouldn't.
Right. Okay. Exactly.
But it seems that you're in the way.
Yes. Exactly.
So I have to deal with you, but don't push it, bitch. Don't push it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sure, I get it. It's, on a like emotional level, it's fucked up when you mention that, to a sterile person that can't have kids, but like maybe you're feeling just a little ounce of the pain that I felt knowing my friend went after my husband and took him from me all these years.
That was still fucked up, girl. Don't say that no more. Don't say that no more. That was not nice. Okay, that lady being barren is separate and away from her stealing your husband. Okay, if you want to tag her ass, tag her ass.
I was about to say, some people are gonna be like, "That's karma." Yeah, that is sad. I am sorry, but there are other options. You choosing to remain childless is your fault entirely, because I'm not saying like in terms. I'm saying like there are options, and you don't seem to be exploring them.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like
that just sounded crazy.
You being childless.
It was the childless.
I know, but I'm not saying like in terms of like, I'm saying like, it doesn't sound like you've looked into adoption.
You're not taking advantage of the adoption options and surrogacy options.
If you have this dream, if you have this dream to teach your daughter cheerleading, why haven't you taken the steps to, one door was closed, but there's other avenues?
Because you don't even have to risk the 50-50, bitch. You can just go get a daughter.
Yeah.
You can curate. You can even look through the pamphlet and be like,
Well, not only that, but I think
looking.
I think even in a surrogacy, I think they now are, you can like choose.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. In the adoption, you can flip through the pamphlet, or in the surrogate situation, you can be like, make sure them chromosomes is lined up this way, so I can get me a girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's like you have those options,
and you can even, if you adopt a kid, get you one of them strong neck looking little girls. Make sure she's the anchor of the pyramid. Why did you? Anyway,
going to hell.
This is Crystal. This is your fault.
You started this.
I was already cutting up, girl. I'm on a roll now. Anyway, you ready to get into the next story?
Yes, before we get into any more trouble.
For real, bitch, because we're about to get canceled.
Look.
This one comes from
this is the episode that later on in life when we fucked up, they're gonna come back and be like, see, look at this.
Woo!
They were always
like, this
fucked
is how
up.
I'm gonna end up on no, I can't say that because then I'm be telling my business. Never mind.
Okay.
This one comes from the subreddit r/am I the asshole, and it is entitled "Am I the asshole for reminding my mom that she disappeared for 6 years?"
Ooh.
Yeah, my 18 mom. The girl is 18, not her mom.
Okay.
The way she put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna rephrase it. I'm gonna start over.
Okay.
For context, she is 18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My mom and dad divorced 6 years ago. Her new husband didn't want her to see my dad, so she let my dad have custody of me and didn't exercise visitation. She contacted us last month saying that she had divorced him and she would like to connect. Dad told me it's up to me, so I said, why not? Things have been kind of awkward between us. Obviously, I've changed a lot since the last time she saw me. When she came over yesterday, I was reading An Offer from a Gentleman. My mom said, "You're too young to be reading those type of toxic romance books." I just stared at her and said, "I was 12 when you disappeared 6 years ago. I'm 18 now." She sputtered for a moment and then told me that there was no need to use that word, that she had made a mistake, and there is no reason to throw it in her face. So, am I the asshole?
When I say you need to throw that in her face like it's a pie, every chance you can get.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm sorry, but you don't get to call yourself a mother when you've abandoned me because of your husband.
Come on.
Like, your husband said, I don't want kids. And he said, cool, I'll just get rid of this one. And it'll just be me and you. And now that that's gone and done with, you don't get to come back and be like, okay,
I'm ready to be your mom now.
No. You left me
Isn't that
in the
nuts?
most formidable portion of my years of growing up. Those years that I probably needed you the most, where I was going through the most changes, the most emotional, time of my life that any girl can go through where they need their mother, and you were gone. You're lucky I'm speaking to you. Because I don't know if I would have, if I was 12 years old and I knew the fact that she's writing that she knows why her mom left. It would be one thing if it was ambiguous, like my mom disappeared, when I was 12 and I don't really know why, but now she's back in my life. Yeah, I'd be curious. I'd want to know. I'd want to get to know her. But no, I know you left me because your husband didn't want kids. You chose this new man over me. Because it has nothing. Child. Yeah, your whole child. The one you're supposed to love more than anything, unconditionally. You don't get to tell me not to throw something in your face that you caused.
But you know what? I think there really needs to be like a deep dive into people's connection with their kids. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like we really do assume that everyone experiences the same connections to their children.
True.
But I think legitimately, there are some people who just don't.
No.
Like there are some people who will have a kid and be like, I don't know this little nigga. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this child like that.
Yeah.
And they don't really foster that love. Like I really feel like some people who have kids aren't meant to be parents.
Yeah, I agree with that.
These and I feel like she's one of those people who was not meant to be a parent.
Right.
And that doesn't excuse. This is just
right.
Thinking about the stuff because it's not an excuse of what she did because Crystal broke it down perfectly, bitch. At the end of the day, you left me for this man. Mm-hmm. You left me for this random ass. You knew me for 12 years, girl. Mm-hmm. You just known this man for 6 months, and you decided to leave me, your whole living, breathing child that you raised for 12 years. Mm-hmm. For 12 years, we have had a relationship, and then you just up and left. Well, I know a little somebody. But I feel like it would low key hurt more knowing why they left, like witnessing why. Like I feel like in my situation, not to get into too much of my business, but in my situation, it was kind of a roundabout way that everything happened. So it was like I knew what was happening during the time, but I found out everything on the back end.
Yeah.
And I chose to act accordingly. And even because I was even younger than she was.
Yeah.
You know. But even back then, I was still me. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I got to cut this shit off. You know what I'm saying? Even that's why I'd be so easy to just be, like, oh, girl, whatever.
Yeah.
But cut these bitches off, because at the end of the day, if somebody ain't there for you, what the fuck is the use of being there for them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't leave that person the room to disappoint you because they just gonna do it over and over again. And kudos to you, OP, for being open to it. But now that you see what's there, and you're like, this is not the type of relationship that I want. Either you have to have a talk with her and be like, this is the type of relationship that I want to have with you. We finna be girlfriends.
Yeah.
We not finna be
at best
mom and daughter.
No.
Like this ain't. And if you can't do that, then we just gonna have to call it quits, girl.
Yeah. You're 6 years too late at this point. Sorry. I've learned to live without a mother. I'm not gonna try to reverse that. Like that's a situation you caused. And in that regard, I feel like you, if anything, you should be grateful that I'm allowing us to have any sort of relationship. But regardless of that, we're nowhere near close to where you can even attempt to say, you can't, that was a mistake. You can't throw that in my face. No, man, we're still in the beginnings of your mistake. It's not like I accepted you into my life and it's been 20 plus years and I'm still throwing it in your face. No, man, like
you just got here.
You just got here. Like you know nothing about me. And I know nothing about you.
On the condition that you left your man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's a very thin line between you being in my life and you not being in my life.
Because if you guys had if you had never divorced, would you be sitting here right now?
And if you get another man who say he don't want no kids, am I out again?
And again? Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. Especially one who's like, I don't want any grown kids. I'm trying to have kids of my own.
Well,
bye.
That biological clock be ticking, girl. I don't know if that's in the cards.
I don't know. I don't know when the first one came around. So
you ain't lying.
All right. Was that am I the asshole? Not the asshole? Relationship advice?
Yeah. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Okay.
Not the asshole.
I forget. All right. Moving on. Girl. This one is from Am I the Asshole? And it says, Am I the asshole for suing my brother over a family heirloom he gave to his fiancé?
Escándalo.
I come from a family where heirlooms mean a lot. Our grandmother left us an antique diamond necklace that's been passed down for generations to the first daughter in the family. Since I'm the only daughter of this generation, it was supposed to come to me. My brother claimed Grandma told him in private that it should go to him instead because he's the most responsible. I didn't want to cause drama, so I let it go, even though it felt unfair. Last week, I saw on social media that my brother gave the necklace to his fiancée as an engagement gift. She posted a picture wearing it with the caption, feeling like royalty with my new family heirloom. I confronted my brother and reminded him the necklace was meant to stay in the family. He said, she is family now, don't be petty. When I asked for it back, he refused, saying it would ruin their engagement. I decided to take legal action to take the necklace back. Now my brother is furious and calling me selfish. My parents think I'm overreacting, but some extended family members are on my side, saying he never had the right to give it away. His fiancé even messaged me calling me a jealous drama queen and telling me to find my own man to buy me jewelry. The whole thing has caused a family feud, and now my brother and his fiancé are threatening to uninvite me from the wedding. Am I the asshole for taking this court over a necklace that was supposed to be mine?
I'm feeling frisky today, so I'm gonna just jump off this ledge. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you the asshole, girl. Because when you let it go, the first go round, you relinquish any right you had to it. Simple as that. You can't tell him he can, because if it's his, it's his. He can do what he want to do with it. If it meant that much to you, girl, you should have got down in the mud then. That was the time to do it where you actually had a stake to it, because you finna get to court. There's not gonna be any binding contract. The only contract of any kind there's gonna be is a verbal contract. And the court of law is not gonna look at your family tradition and be like, this holds up in court.
Yeah.
They're not. They have no evidence of that. Nobody ever wrote it down. There's a precedent there, but if your brother claimed that your dead grandma said that it was going to him, and you gave him that verbal agreement, the court's gonna be like, well, girl, this was never your property. You know what I'm saying? And any stake you had to it, you relinquished it verbally to him. So that is his property. So if he wants to give it to her, it's hers now. And I mean, if she finna be the wife, it is gonna be a family heirloom. Cause I mean, there's a lot of aunts and uncles in different families that they ended up with. Look at Pat Houston, Whitney Houston's sister-in-law. She ended up with the goddamn family dynasty, and she not even blood related. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from Whitney's side gone. Her mama gone, her daughter gone, her daddy gone, everybody gone. Pat the only one left. And her, well, I don't even know if she's still married to that man. But Pat got it all. Okay? These things happen. To me, you need to go ahead and funnel whatever money you were putting into your legal action fund into your savings account, open a CD, and hope you can recoup whatever the hell those diamonds were worth over your lifetime, girl, because you can hang it up. It's over with. Those diamonds will never be yours.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with this one. I mean, when I initially read it, I was like, "Ugh." But at the same time, like you're right. Like why didn't you fight for this before? And on another hand, if they were supposed to go to you, why didn't they? Is the grandma dead? Was there not a will? Like how did it get into his grasp in the first place?
Boom.
But
Because it
regardless,
was
they
a family tradition.
right.
Why wasn't the will and testament part of that family tradition?
Right.
Like,
If this is how it's gone, then I feel like those are the kind of ducks in the row that would have been.
yeah.
But yeah, when you decided not to fight for it, you essentially said, "Okay, fine, it's yours." So he can do whatever he wants with it. And you wanting to say, "Well, I relinquished at the time because I want to start a big fight," but now you do want to start a big fight because, like, what did you expect him to do? He can't wear it.
Right.
So like he's
If
giving
he
it
bust the diamonds down and put it on a Rolex, would you have him mad?
right,
You know?
like he's choosing to give it to his wife, who will then hopefully, maybe if they have a daughter, pass it on to her daughter. So it's still staying in the family essentially, because at the end of the day, if they have kids and he gives it to the daughter, that's your family.
Yeah.
That's in the line.
Yeah.
She's the first daughter in their line that relates back. Yeah, I'm not with you on this one. I think you need to let it go. I'm sorry you lost them diamonds and you didn't fight for it in the beginning. But they're not yours. It is what it is.
At the end of each and every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They tried it. They really, really, really tried it.
They did. I'm
Shout
sorry.
out.
You're an asshole for this
girl,
one.
Where did you even think that you were going with this?
Yeah.
You really take that man to court for some diamonds that were never yours?
I feel like
Anyway.
this is not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go.
Absolutely not, girl. You finna go up there in front of that judge and embarrass yourself and them diamonds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
Now I get being jealous, because bitch, I too would love a diamond necklace. Okay. I would like a bust down Cuban. Anyway, you know what? I'm gonna make an appeal real quick. If there are any sugar mamas, sugar anythings out there, okay, I'm not giving them the sugar, But what do they, Crystal? Have you heard of them people? What do they call them? Oh my God, the people that give money. Oh my God, it's a word for it. It's a new thing. I think it's been a conversation on the TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but it comes over to Twitter sometimes. It's the people who give who are like people who just give out money. They're not sugar mamas or sugar daddies because they don't want anything from you. But they just they like to give money. Like
I
that's
don't know,
like
but
their
I would like
kink.
to meet them.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Oh,
Let me
it's
see.
their kink? I think you're
Yeah.
thinking of like a FinDom or FinDom or something like that.
Yeah,
Femdom?
yes.
Where they like their kink
FinDom.
is to be financially abused, essentially.
Yeah, okay. Oh, a financial domination, also known as FinDom, is a fetish lifestyle in which a financial submissive desires to give gifts or money to a financial dominant. Yes. FinDom.
How do we get into
That was a good pull, girl.
How do we get into
Yes.
that? I will
So are they
FinDom the
a
heck out of
fin
somebody.
sub? So I need a fin sub.
Right.
Okay, I'm a FinDom. I need a fin
I'll
sub because I
FinDom the
would
heck
really.
out of you. I will spend your money like there's nobody's business.
Ain't nobody spent money like I'm finna spend your money, bitch. I dare anybody to challenge me. Ain't nobody finna. I'ma find the most creative ways. I'm gonna send you the receipts. I even put a little I put a little doodle on it. Whatever you want me to do.
Whatever you want.
Okay. If you want,
I'll give a kiss
I was
to the
about to say something
receipt.
crazy.
Look at
I was
what
about to say, if you
did
want me
with
to
your
wrap the
money.
receipt around my and send it to you in the mail, I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't above it. So if there is a fin sub in our audience, just know I would love a Cuban link bust down white diamond situation on 14 karat gold. That's all I need. It's a one-off for
Just
me.
the one.
Okay.
Just something,
Yeah. And if you want me to send you a video of it shining in the, I don't know how the kink works. I don't know how the kink. I don't know if you just get a receipt.
I don't know how the kink works.
I don't know if you just get a receipt and you do what you need to do with the receipt, or like a transaction email. I don't know if it's you know what I'm saying, or if it's the notification. The bing, bing.
You know what?
Like
You know what we need? I need a FinDom tutor, please. If you're a FinDom, please Diem. Teach us your ways.
Because I want to be the dominest FinDom that ever FinDomed. Okay. Oh, that was a good time, Kristen.
That was a good time.
That was a good time. Thank you for that, and thank you all for joining us for another episode of the Tea and Crystals podcast. If you like what you heard, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening. Make sure that you also leave us a written review. That is very, very important. If you like what you saw, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Come over there and join the YouTube community. We love y'all over there at YouTube. We have the best YouTube community on YouTube, and I'm gonna say that every time. If you have any questions, comments, or you would like to share your own story, if you see something on social media that piques your interest and you want to know what we think about it, send it to us in our DMs. We would love to share it on the show. We do have the ability to share video, so send those as well. Anything else you can send to our email at teaandcrystal@gmail.com. That's teaandcrystal@gmail.com. Subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook by searching Tea and Crystals Podcast. Follow us on TikTok at Tea and Crystals Podcast and on Instagram at Tea and Crystals Pod. Make sure that you look in the description wherever you are listening and or watching for those links. Now, Crystal, is there anything else you want to say to the people before we get the hell up out of here?
Yeah, seriously, how do I become a FinDom?
I mean, truly, honestly, y'all.
Really?
We be joking a lot on this show, but
I think this one's serious. I'm dead ass serious. Like, let me know.
I ain't never been more serious about nothing in my goddamn life, and I have a child. Okay. I want to be a FinDom.
Be FinDom. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate you. If you have any tips to be a FinDom, let me know. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you. Bye.
Bye, y'all. FinDom 2025.